he had taken him and brought him to his mother, he sat on her knees till noon, and then he died. Wow. And she went up and laid him on the bed of the man of God, shut the door behind him, and went out. Then she called to her husband and said, please send me one of the young men and one of the donkeys, that I may run to the man of God and come back. So he said, why are you going to him today? It is neither new moon nor the Sabbath. This is what happens. The child's in the field working. The promise that was given to her. The word that was released by the man of God. In the field working. The promise is doing and growing and being. And something happens in a moment. The child grabs its head and falls over. The greatest battles you will ever battle are not around you. They're in you. Yeah. The greatest things that you will find are usually right here. It's the battlefield of the mind. It's when the enemy comes in and he speaks to your mind and he begins to talk to you and remind you of your past and remind you of the broken places and remind you of all the things that you're carrying and remind you why you're not good enough or your last mistake and remind you of the things that make you ineligible for the blessing of God and why you're not qualified to walk in the blessing of God. Most of the battles you will ever fight and most of the times the things that defeat you are not around you. They are in you. They are right here. And the Bible says that something happened. The child grabbed its head, fell over, and the father said, take the child to its mother. Joyce Myers wrote a great book, The Battlefield of the Mind. And when you realize there is a battle going on for your mind, because your mind controls your mouth, and your mind controls your hands, and your mind controls your feet where they take you, and your mind controls a relationship you enter into. But if you ever get victory in your mind, you'll have victory with your mouth. You'll have victory with your hands. You'll have victory with your feet. You'll have victory. We're all imperfect people. We're all human. There is no one perfect in this room. But when you have a renewed mind, when you fall, you get back up. When you have a renewed mind, when you make a mistake, you ask forgiveness. When you have a renewed mind, when the enemy comes in, you know that God is fighting your battles. The Bible teaches us that when our mind is renewed, we are transformed into the likeness of Christ. And the Bible said they carry the child to the mother. The baby dies. She doesn't know what to do. And it hits her. We've got a doorway in this house. A doorway to another dimension. A doorway to another level. And this is what she does. She does not carry the baby around to the neighbors and tell how bad it is. She doesn't carry the baby around to the house and just rock the dead promise. She carries the baby and the child through the door, lays the child on the bed, looks at the husband, said, get me a servant and get me a donkey. They saddled the donkey, the Bible said. She looked at the servant, and this is what she said. Get me to the man of God, the presence of God, and do not slack on my account. What she was saying was put the pedal to the metal. Get me to the man of God quickly. I want you to realize it's not a long journey to the presence of God. One word will invite his presence. One mention of the name of Jesus invites him in. It doesn't take a long time to get in his presence. It's not only on Sundays at City Life Church, but I've got good news. He'll show up at your house on Monday. He'll show up at your workplace on Tuesday. He'll show up on Wednesday, on Thursday. When the kids are going crazy, he'll show up on Friday at your house. The Bible says he is a very present help in a time of trouble. The minute you call upon the name of the Lord, he is to be found. She said, get me to the presence of God. Now watch what happens. Watch what happens. They get to the presence of God. He asked one question. He asked about her house and if it was well. He said, is it well with your husband? Is it well with you? Is it well with your son? She knew her husband was devastated. She knew her son was laying dead on the bed of the man of God. She knew her heart was breaking. She knew her world was in chaos and crisis. But she made a declaration that would shift everything. Why? I believe she knew there was a doorway in her house. A doorway not to another room, but a doorway to another level. a doorway to another dimension, a doorway to the presence of God. And she looked at the man of God and said, it is well. I can't see what God is doing, but it is well with my soul. I don't know how he's going to work in this situation, but it is well with my soul. I don't know how he's going to intervene in my children's life, but it is well with my soul. I don't know how he's going to heal this marriage, but it is well with my soul. I don't know how he's going to turn our finances around, but it is well with my soul. I don't know how he's going to renew my joy or take this depression, but it is well with my soul. I don't know how he's going to bring victory in this battle, but it is well with my, I can't see it, but I know he is God. It is well. Sometimes you have to rise to another level in your worship. I don't know how you're going to bring me up, but I declare like David, even in the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Why? You're right here in the valley. You anointed my head. He said, you anointed my head. The valley will not control my thinking. You will control my thinking. You've anointed my head with oil, and my cup is running over. I've got goodness. I've got mercy. You've given me a table in the presence of my enemy. I love this part. And I will dwell. I'm just going to stay in your presence, in the church, in the valley, when I'm up, when I'm down, when I'm in, when I'm out. I'm just going to stay in your presence. I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and forever. When you make up your mind, your circumstance is not going to separate you from the goodness of God, from the love of God, from the presence of God. I'm telling you, the enemy cannot keep you out of the door. Oh, he's a thief. He has come to steal, kill, and destroy. But I've got good news. There's a door, and it's a door to another level. It's a door to a greater place. Anybody ready to step into what God has for your life?